So if you're just joining us, talked about surprise teams in the NFL, Bills, Bengals, 49ers, Lions, although not so much because they're kind of falling off a little bit.
Right, yeah, we'll see how they recover.
Drew and I both like the Patriots to win the AFC East, coming out of that 5-3 three-way tie with the Jets and Bills.
Yeah.
And the eerie similarities between Super Bowl 42 and the Giants-Patriots matchup of last week.
Yeah, as you stated earlier, I got a text from you. You said the Giants like ending Patriot streaks.
They sure do. I would like to see them in however many years until they play again. I'd like to see the Patriots get a good streak going so the Giants can break it.
Well, now's a good time to start a new one.
Yeah, they can start it next weekend against. They've got the Jets, I think, on Sunday night.
I would think if I had to choose a team to win that one, I would choose the Jets.
It's in the New Meadowlands.
Okay.
Yeah, Patriots 2 losses in a row. You don't see that often.
Right. Yeah. So they are going to be an angry team coming in that week. I like the Bills' chances against the Jets later on in the season than I do the Patriots. So
the Bills. This may just be selective memory, but I remember the Bills having a lot of success in the Meadowlands. Even the years where the Bills weren't good and the Jets were, they seemed to knock off the Jets a lot on the road. So maybe they can do it again this year.
I think that's their main rival. I don't know if there is a main rival with that Buffalo team, but
for a long time it was Miami with Marino, and they always seem to meet in the playoffs.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's
with
right.
the Bills beating them all the time in the playoffs, of course, on their way to Super Bowls.
Right. Probably in more recent years, probably the Jets, because the Patriots were just too good.
Yeah, they didn't really have an AFC rival. Maybe they somehow didn't meet the Steelers in the playoffs all those years, either that the Patriots were going to the Super Bowl or the years the Steelers went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
They didn't face the Patriots. It seemed to be Steelers-Ravens those years.
Yeah, Steelers-Ravens or Pats-Colts. That's a big one right there. Now that the teams are in 4 teams each division, you'd think they'd be 2-2 with the rivals, but
too many subdivisions.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, hey, Rush.
All right, hey. You're listening to Subdivisions with Drew and Bill. I think we found our title.
Awesome. With apologies to Geddy Lee. Subdivisions, baby.
Come sue us, Rush. Come firsthand here and give us a stern talking to.
That's right.
We don't have any money, but we'll learn our lesson if you would just come talk to us and tell us why we shouldn't.
I think I got $21.12 in my pocket. They can have that. Yeah, so the new Rush concert DVD just came out today.
Oh, Time Machine Tour released today on DVD and compact disc as well as digital formats.
Hey.
Just wonderful. It's amazing. They sound, you said it, we went to the concert together when they were here in Phoenix in June, I believe. Mm-hmm. They can play the entire Moving Pictures album, and it sounds like the album itself, 30 years ago. It's unbelievable.
It's like you're playing the CD in a concert hall.
Yeah.
You
concert hall.
Oh. Nice. This is a good spirit of radio.
It is. Of salesmen. So I don't want to sound like I only praise bands. So any concert you go to, that you get such a high from it. I wanted to say a rush from it. But have you ever been to a bad concert just to balance things out, just to say they're not all as great as you think?
Yes. The concert after Rush, Bob Dylan was in town. And he was, his voice was really, really awful.
Oh.
He just kind of showed up, played a couple songs, didn't say anything to the audience, like, hey, how's it going? Or
no interaction.
Yeah, no interaction. Plus the songs they didn't sound anything like the original recording,
So he was just going through the motions.
Pretty much. I mean, he is 70 years old, so it was kind of expected, but I guess just being there was just part of it. So just to say that you saw him.
Yeah.
But quality-wise, I'd say not the best.
How much does a musician owe their audience? If you think about, they can either continue touring when they're well past their prime, and let's put aside Rush because they're still at their peak, in my opinion.
Right.
But not everyone, can be like that. So you think about Bob Dylan, 70 years old. would you rather he just walk away, or would you rather he keep touring if his heart isn't in it?
Well, I don't think he should walk away. He's put out a couple of CDs in the last 4 or 5 years, so which aren't as great as his prior stuff, but I think the touring part, I guess it's just a matter of being a fan of him, like a big fan. So, but yeah, I don't think he should give up music because that's what he loves.
That's the flip side. Who are we to tell an artist to stop making music? I think of Brian May and Roger Taylor.
Hey, there you go.
I kind of feel uncomfortable with there are rumors that pop up now and then of them getting a new singer, and they had Paul Rogers for a while.
Yeah, from Bad Company.
It was Queen plus Paul Rogers.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable with it being called Queen, I think. If it was Brian May, Roger Taylor, and so-and-so, that would seem more okay to me. But then who am I to tell Brian May and Roger Taylor, to stop making music? So.
Well, I think it's respectful of Freddie to have Queen plus a new singer.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Because the three guys are still Queen. They're part of Queen.
I never heard who the bass player was because John Deacon retired
a
long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know who they got for that, but
yeah, it's just like Led Zeppelin. Didn't they flirt with a tour?
They did
with Jason's or John Bonham's son Jason.
I think they might have played just 1 or 2 shows,
right? Like in Royal Albert Hall or something.
Yeah.
I know that they did 1985 Live Aid.
Led Zeppelin did, or
they did. They had Phil Collins as their drummer.
Wow.
And I think they did like a couple songs, But obviously that show was outshined by Queen.
Oh yeah, that was where all my focus was of Live Aid history. Was Queen.
That's got to rank up as one of the best concerts ever, huh?
It has to. Just 20 minutes of amazing from Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this documentary. I don't know, who made it, or some things you see on YouTube, you don't quite, give them their due as what official, creations they were. But there's this piece, it's 7 to 10 minutes long, on just Queen's part and what it meant and people talking about it and how amazing it was, basically.
Right. I think I briefly saw those videos, but I was more concerned with the performances.
Yeah.
My favorite Queen concert, based on what I've seen, is 1982, live at Montreux. Is that right?
I think Montreal might have been 81, but close. They had Live at the Bowl in 82.
Okay.
Both great, pretty similar set lists and pretty awesome.
Yeah. There's a couple of videos on YouTube that are really high quality.
Yeah.
So put that on full screen and, man, watch him wail. Oh, and I like all the Heineken bottles on Freddie's piano when he's playing.
Yeah.
Didn't know he's such an avid Heineken drinker.
Might have had an advertising deal with Heineken on that tour.
Yeah.
Drew, do you think it's time we end with some trivia?
I think we should. We should. I think we should and shall put together a shad.
That's a kind of a chic name, like Chad, but shad. He wears a sweater vest and like another sweater tied around his neck. Plays polo.
Yeah. Plays the ukulele.
He and Eddie Vedder made a CD of ukulele songs. Hey, all right, okay.
Hey, Pearl Shad.
Anyway, so trivia, Drew and Bill's trivia to close out episode 1.
Super Bowl trivia, by the way.
We feel like the total number of Super Bowls in Super Bowl history is pretty well known. So we're going to go with more recent history.
Right. We're going to go with the last 25 years. Name the 4 teams that have won the most Super Bowls.
The most Super Bowls. These 4 teams are tied with a certain amount of Super Bowl victories.
Right.
So we'll have the answer for you next time. Until then, Drew, any closing thoughts?
Yes. The Packers will go undefeated this season.
Ooh, bold prediction. We don't know when our next show will be, hopefully soon. We plan on talking about the NBA lockout at least briefly, if it's still going on.
Right.
Who knows?
See what's going on with the Penn State thing. It's crazy.
Will Joe Paterno still be coaching Penn State for our next show? Drew, thank you again for being here.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Bill. Thanks for having me on the show.
Anytime.
Or on our show.
It's our show, so that was condescending of me to thank you. That I work here in this building, so Drew had to kind of be a guest in the building, but we are equals when it comes to this show.
That's right. I flew by night.
We open with Rush, and we're going to close with Rush.
Right on.
For Drew, I'm Bill. We'll see you next time.